Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. WWE Intercontinental Champion Dominik Mysterio was seen sporting a new tattoo ahead of Monday Night Raw. This upcoming edition of the Red brand will air live from the RAC Arena in Perth, Australia. Dirty Dom has multiple tattoos across different parts of his body. The inks honor his family legacy and cultural heritage and reflect personal moments from his life. He got a new one on his neck recently. Netflix Australia and NZ recently shared a video of the member of the Judgment Day sitting in front of a mirror with his title belts. Mysterio took off a wig he was wearing and unveiled a massive new neck tattoo of a luchador mask. The 28-year-old has been an integral part of WWE programming for some time now. In addition to the prestigious IC title, which he will reportedly defend against John Cena, Mysterio also has the Triple Omega Championship belt around his waist. Former WWE Champion Big E recently made a massive claim about Dominik Mysterio. Speaking on a recent edition of Raw Recap, Big E reflected on Mysterio's impressive growth in the last 3 or 4 years. The former member of the New Day stated that he would be surprised if Dominik doesn't hold a world championship within the next 5 years. It will be intriguing to see whether the reports of a title match between the self-proclaimed King of Luchadors and John Cena turn out to be true. The Intercontinental Championship is the only title the Cenation leader has never won in his WWE career. It would be a massive opportunity for Cena to become a Grand Slam champion before hanging up his boots. He joined Sportskeeda as a WWE news writer in 2023. He has 2,700+ articles published on the website, covering wrestling shows, interviews, breaking wrestling news, and more. The early morning air in Tulsa, Oklahoma, was still heavy with that fall chill, the kind that lingered on the skin just long enough to make you shiver before the sun burned it away. WWE Raw was only hours from going live, and the Buck Center was already buzzing with activity. Production crews were setting up lights, the stage team was running cues, and in a quiet corner of town, Dominik Mysterio was sitting in a tattoo studio chair, headphones in, eyes closed. He wasn't here for publicity. He wasn't filming a segment. This was personal. The soft hum of the tattoo machine filled the small studio, blending with the faint sound of a bass-heavy playlist. The artist, a veteran named Rico, known for his detailed black and gray work, leaned in carefully, his gloved hand steady. On the inside of Dominik's forearm, just below the crease of his elbow, the faint outline of a mask was taking shape. Half his father's legendary design, half something new. Dominik watched the design take form through the reflection of a small mirror propped against the wall. It wasn't just ink. It was his story, carved in pain and pride. It had been nearly 3 years since Dominik turned on his father, Rey Mysterio, breaking the hearts of millions and shattering one of the most beloved families in WWE history. The boos, the jeers, the "you're a disgrace" chants. They had followed him from city to city, but so did something else, a strange growing confidence. Over time, he'd found his own voice. He'd found the Judgment Day, a group that didn't just accept his rebellion but celebrated it. Rhea, Ripley, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest had become his ring family. They taught him to stop living in the shadow of a mask and start living as his own man. Rhea was out injured. Priest was world champion, balancing loyalty with ambition. Finn had his own demons. Dominik, or Dirty Dom, as the fans loved to sneer, found himself wondering who he really was without the noise of the faction, without the boos and bright lights. "Still hurts like hell, huh?" Rico said with a grin as he wiped away the excess ink. Dominik chuckled under his breath. "Yeah, but it's the good kind of pain." The artist nodded knowingly. "You wrestlers, you get hit with chairs, slammed on steel, but a needle still gets you." Dominik smirked. "Difference is, this kind of pain means something." Dominik hesitated for a moment. Then, with a rare softness in his voice, he said, "Legacy." He glanced down at his phone, where the lock screen showed an old photo of him as a kid sitting on Rey Mysterio's shoulders, both of them grinning beneath the bright lights of a WWE arena. "I've spent my whole life trying to run from that mask," he said, "but it's part of me, whether I like it or not." Rico nodded and kept working, tracing fine lines into the design. The right side of the tattoo was unmistakably Rhea's mask, detailed with sharp silver and blue accents. The left side, though, was darker, angular, modern, with the word Dom stylized across the cheekbone. It was both tribute and defiance, father and son colliding in ink. By the time the piece was done, nearly 2 hours had passed. Dominik stood, stretching his shoulders, and looked at the finished work in the mirror. The mask looked alive on his skin, like it had been waiting there all along. Rico removed his gloves and cleaned up the station. "You debuting it tonight?" Dominik smirked. "Something like that." He threw on a loose black hoodie and pulled the sleeve up halfway, just enough for the camera, if it found him, to catch the ink. He snapped a photo on his phone, sent it to Rhea with a caption. A few hours later, the WWE locker room was its usual controlled chaos. Techs shouted call times, crew rolled carts of gear, and wrestlers mentally prepared for their matches. Dominik laced up his boots slowly, lost in thought. The night's script had him facing Sami Zayn, a crowd favorite, the kind of match that would guarantee deafening boos for Dom. He rolled up his sleeve again, looking at the tattoo, and for a split second, the noise of the arena faded away. This wasn't about heat, or reactions, or storylines. It was about reclaiming something. The Mysterio name had always meant honor, respect, lucha tradition. Dominik's version meant rebellion, reinvention, survival. When his entrance music hit, that menacing guitar riff that signaled Judgment Day's favorite son, the arena erupted in boos. The "You suck" chants rained down as he walked out under the purple lights. Dominik didn't flinch. He smirked into the camera, rolling his forearm toward it just enough for the tattoo to flash under the lights. The fans saw it. So did the commentary team. Corey Graves caught it first. "Wait a second. Is that new ink on Dominik's arm? Look at that. That's Rhea's mask, but twisted." Michael Cole added, wow, that's bold, even for Dom. A permanent reminder of the man he betrayed." Dominik grinned wider. He wanted them to talk. The match itself was brutal, hard-hitting, emotional. Sami fought with his heart, feeding off the crowd, while Dominik played the perfect villain, ducking out of the ring, mocking the fans, smirking through every punch. But midway through, something unexpected happened. Sami hit a move that sent Dom reeling, and as he stumbled back to his feet, the crowd caught sight of the tattoo again, glistening with sweat and spotlights. For just a heartbeat, the boos softened. It wasn't sympathy. It was understanding. For all his arrogance and bravado, for all the betrayal and bitterness, there was something undeniably human in that ink. It was a confession without words. After the show, Dominik sat alone in the locker room, the adrenaline still buzzing through his veins. He unwrapped his wrists, pulled the hoodie back on, and looked once more at the tattoo. There was a knock at the door. He turned to see his father standing there, Rey Mysterio, mask and all, still breathing heavy from his own match earlier that night. Rey looked at the ink, his eyes narrowing, then softening. "You got my mask on your arm," he said quietly. Rey smiled faintly beneath the mask. "You know, that's how it's always been. Half you, half me." Dominik didn't respond, but for a moment the silence between them wasn't cold. It was heavy, yes, but it was honest. Rey nodded once. "Nice piece, Mijo." And just like that, he turned and walked away. Dominik sat back, exhaling deeply. He wasn't sure what that meant. Maybe forgiveness, maybe acknowledgement, maybe nothing at all. But it didn't matter. For the first time in a long time, he felt balanced. As the arena lights dimmed and the echo of the crowd faded into memory, Dominik Mysterio looked down at the ink on his arm. A fusion of two worlds, two generations, two souls forever intertwined. This wasn't just a tattoo. It was a declaration. Legacy wasn't something you inherited. It was something you earned, drop by drop, scar by scar, and now, line by line.